Welcome back to the channel, people. Today we're going to take a little trip to Stan's Wheels warehouse. I'm going to go pick up my new wheels from Stan's Wheels. I got the SF12s, the new model that they just came out with in gunmetal. So we're going to go take a trip to their warehouse and talk to the guy about Tim. His name is Tim. We're going to talk a little bit about wheel specs, about his Accord. He has an Accord also. He has a 2018, I think, 6-speed 2.0. And talk about the wheel specs that he has in his car and about the wheels, the Stance wheels. So yeah, I wanted to talk about these rims. When did these rims come out?
Oh, they're ancient, dude.
Like
Back 2013.
For real?
Started 14. About like 14, 15, I want to say, somewhere around there. Yeah, they're quite old. They're one of our first rotary forged wheels, the SFO2. Came out in like 3 colors, I believe. Brush silver, brush titanium, which is like a full brush wheel with a gunmetal clear, and brush bronze.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, because a lot of people have been asking me about these rims, but I had never seen them before, and I looked on your website, and they were not on the website anymore.
Right, that's true.
They got discontinued,
They
right?
got discontinued back in 2017.
Okay.
Yeah. So ever since you started posting it with them, we've actually been getting a lot of
For real?
calls about them. Yeah, there's a couple of like 10th gen and 11th gen guys asking about it right now too.
Yeah, everybody says wheels, and I'm like, I just tell them they're Stance wheels, bro. SF02s, right?
02,
And
yeah.
but they're like, I mean, I got these in offer up, man.
Nice.
I bought them off some guy with a Tesla. He said that he was gonna put them on his Tesla, and he never put them on. He said that he knows you guys.
Okay.
But when I seen them, I was like, oh, they're pretty sick, because I like sort of like the mesh style look kind of wheel.
Right.
But when I seen these, they looked a little bit different. I mean,
they're definitely different. I think they were a little bit too early in their days when it first came out.
Yeah.
Is it hub centric when you bought them, or did you need?
I have no idea. Like, I just put them on like that. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, because normally when we build our wheels, we build it hub centric.
Yeah.
That's why when we were building the SF12 for you,
yeah,
I wanted to see if you want to do the 73.1, which is in universal
Yeah.
size, or 64.
yeah.
But coming from a Tesla, those are 64.1 too. So it basically slips right on. Their fitment's the exact same as the 10th and 11th gen.
It might be. It might be.
So it might be.
Yeah. But I kind of wanted them universal, because they say like some other guy, or if I end up something happens, whatever.
Right.
You know.
Of course.
Yeah.
No, that definitely makes sense. Just because 64 is kind of on the smaller side.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
you're restricting the Infinities, Nissans, and all those guys.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's talk about these new wheels that just came out.
Yes.
These are the new
These are the SF12s.
Uh-huh.
So that's the one that will be running on your 11th gen as well.
Nice.
So the one that's on mine is a little different because I'm running a 10.5 all around. So this one's a 10.5 42 offset all around. -2 camber all degrees, or -2 degrees camber all around. This is basically just a temporary set for me.
Yeah.
So I'm just on.
You wanted to try them out, right?
Yeah, just to try them out.
I like them. They look better in person.
No, they do.
But when you posted it on Instagram, I was like,
it's a little hard to see the details on concavity, but I'm running 2 different colors. Maybe that's why too. So the one that I posted was the dual black, which is on the other side.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh,
so this one's a gunmetal.
Oh, right.
And that one's
that's what it was.
Yeah. So as you can see, this side's a little bit darker.
Yeah, you have mix and match over here, bro.
Yeah, so I mean,
that's just sick.
I gotta test the wheels once they come in. That's why. So that's why I'm saying, like, these are just there temporarily. The tires are kind of dirty still, but yeah. I mean,
so this is the side that you got. You didn't get the other side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's 2 different ones. So I think you went with the gunmetal.
Yeah.
Right? So the gunmetal's on the other side. So that's how yours is gonna be.
That's pretty sick. Now that I look at your car, and I feel that I could probably tuck. Well, the back for sure.
Right. Right.
But the front is where I was worried about, because I don't really want to roll my fenders or do nothing like that to the fender, you know,
because that's the worry too. Because I'm not sure if Honda changed any suspension components. Because 10.5 45 is basically right up to the strut on the 10th gen. Maybe like 2 mils of space left. So if for some reason the 11th gen comes with a thicker strut, most likely there's a chance it's going to rub on the strut.
Well, the suspension is actually the same as the
exact same thing. So they carried a lot of things over. Basically.
So the reason that I knew that the 45s wouldn't fit on the front, because I've tried them before, and it was already hitting the strut. So I didn't know that I could have went like a 40 or 42 like you did, and be able to fit the 10.5 in the front.
A little bit really on the difficult. It's very close still, but my fenders are rolled.
Oh, they are?
So they're rolled, but I'm not on air suspension, so that's the other difference too.
You're on coilovers?
Coilovers. So the front, basically the camber is kind of pushed all the way in from the factory setup.
You're really close to the.
Yeah, it's like kind of right on there.
You're right on.
I have done 45 before in the past.
Yeah.
It does fit, but it does rub when you're doing a lock to lock turn.
Oh.
Like lock to lock, you can hear it slightly scrubbing against the strut.
Wow.
So that's why I ended up with a 42 and then just rolling the fender. Because at a 45, you can actually run it without rolling the fender. Only if you're not on air.
I
But
mean,
in your case, it's a little different.
I mean, when you're on there, it's pretty easy because when you go in, all you have to do is roll the lip. Because what happens is you'll push the fender out when it goes in, but
Right.
when you come back up, you'll pull the whole fender down.
Right,
if
right.
you have this little lip,
The
it'll
lip,
just
yeah,
it'll just
that
bring
one
it
just goes away.
bring it all out.
That's why you hear some people, rather than rolling, what they end up doing is just cutting it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
but it
there's
makes it flimsy, you know.
It does. That's the thing. So if someone hits you, then basically just bends it right away. And there's no way to really get a bend out of the fender too. I've already gone through maybe 3 sets of fenders.
For real,
Yeah.
I think I started following you in the beginning when you put the 21 front on your car. No, was that you?
Yeah, most likely. I did the 21 front end like about 2 years ago.
And you took it off. Why? You didn't like it?
I just don't like it.
For
to be
real?
honest. Like the thing is, the 21 fronts, it does sit a little higher than the 18.
Okay.
So when I usually take my shots from like down low,
Yeah.
it looks like there's a huge gap from the floor. Whereas the 18 sits a little bit lower, so it looks more aggressive. But I mean, the 18 or the 20, 21, 22 bumpers definitely are built more solid compared to this one.
For real?
Less gaps. So with the 18s, this part always kind of comes out a bit.
That's crazy. So you already went through a different front end, like the 21, 22 front end, and then you went back to the 18 to 20.
Pretty much, yeah. Just because I mean, besides the front end looking a little bit higher, I mean, I love the accessory grill.
Yeah,
the
yes,
18
the
to
sport
20,
grill,
the
yeah.
18 to 20, yeah.
That
That was
makes sense.
basically one of the main reasons why I went back to it too. So the car has been through a lot. I mean, I kind of go back and forth a lot with the parts.
And it looks good. Like you got at least these are OEM parts or custom painted. They're painted.
Which one?
These are your OEM parts.
Yeah, these are all the OEM parts. Custom paint. I've had a set of fenders that were custom painted before, but they can never really match it 100%. Like either the clear coat looks a little too milky or it looks a little too faded.
Yeah.
So best way is basically just trying to find the best OEM fenders off another Accord as possible.
So I guess like one of the main things that I want to say is that you could put 10.5s on an Accord, right?
You could.
10.5s.
10.5s. I mean, we do make 20 by 10s as well, but the SF12s, they're not available in 20 by 10s yet.
That's what I was looking at. You guys don't make. You only make
Yeah.
9s and 10.5s.
9 and 10.5 for now, so we usually bring it in like that, where it's 9 and 10.5. Then maybe 2 to 3 months later, the 10s and 11s will
for
come
real?
out. Yeah, but that's a little bit later, so we try to push out the 9 and 10.5 as like a basic fitment first.
Hey Nathan, get to like the fitment. So what do you call this fitment? Is like a flush fitment or what do you call this?
Probably like OEM plus flush.
Oh,
Yeah.
flush.
So for
Okay.
us, when we build our wheels over here, we try to get like the lip or the edge of the wheel as flush with the fender as possible. So the thing with our wheels is, we can customize the offset anywhere from like a positive 15 to 45, as long as we clear the X factors and any suspension components we have in there.
Yeah.
The other thing that we can accommodate too is basically the tire size. So normally I go with a slight stretch just to kind of tuck the tires in a little bit, and then have the wheel itself on the lip be flush with the fender itself.
And what do you got on the tires? What tires are you running on this?
These are just some temporary.
I mean, not
Delentes.
not the brand, like the size.
This is a 285 30/20. So the other tricky things about wheels and tires too is every brand, model, and spec of the tires all different depending on the brand.
Okay.
Because some tires they run a little bit. They have a little bit of a thicker sidewall. Some have a bit of a softer sidewall. Like these Delentes are pretty much like marshmallows. So that's why they're a little bit stretched on here for a 285.
Yeah.
Where before I ran, let's say for example, the Indy 500, same exact size, same exact specs.
Yeah.
Those ran actually squared off, so those were actually rubbing a lot more. But they market as the same size, 285, 30/20 as well. So wheels and tires,
they're wide and they're low profile.
They're low profile, right? So it gets a little bit tricky with that too.
Nice. Yeah. All right, that's about it. You want to show us your store, or you have rims in there?
I have some wheels out for just in case someone wants to check it out.
I did see that you took some pictures the other day. That's why I was curious.
This one right here?
Yeah.
It's like a wrap, right?
Yeah. So these
This
ones
is our current collection.
Okay.
So we have 2 companies under our parent company, Koya. So we have Stance Wheels and Bertini Wheels, which is on the other side. Both company does rotary forge. And we have a combination company called VS Forge, which uses true 6061 full forge wheels.
Oh.
So those are made from scratch, where these are kind of pre-made, like as you can see here.
Uh-huh.
And essentially, once it gets over here, that's where we start machining the whole process.
Oh, okay.
So the process we do is bolt patterns. So as you can see, these are blanks right now.
Uh-huh.
So we can go anywhere from 5x108 all the way to 5x130. Back pad, we can shave anywhere from positive 15 right here up to positive 52, depending on the width and depending on the car.
Yeah.
Center board, they start up at 54.1,
Mm-hmm.
and we can go all the way up to a 70. I think the highest I've seen is 74.1.
Yeah.
So anywhere around there. So we can build it hub centric or universal.
So they come blank like that, and you guys do them here.
Correct. Yeah. So not at this location because it's just our warehouse, but we have another location about 2 minutes away where all of our machining is.
So it's based out of California. Right?
Correct. Yeah. So basically built in Taiwan and finished in California.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So right here, would you have like 2 of each wheel, like 2 different colors, or?
Right. Yeah, 2 of each colors for the styles that we currently offer.
Can we start right here? What are these?
So these bottom 2 are the SF03.
The 3s.
Far right's the brushed dual gunmetal, which is the same color we're going to be putting on your Accord.
Yeah.
This one's the dual black, which is the one I have on my car on the other side. This is the SF01, which is our first rotary forge. Brushed silver, gloss black tints. And these 2 SF07.
7.
That one kind of got lost in there, but that's the SF10.
The 10.
So these are the 10 also.
That one's pretty popular, huh?
Yeah, very popular.
I like
so
that
a lot
one.
of Accord guys, a lot of Corvettes, a lot of people, they do go for that one. That's basically the top guys.
The 10, right? This one and that one?
Yeah, these 3s are the 10s. That far right one with the vent spoke, that's the SF08.
8.
These 2 are the SF11s.
11s.
And then these are the 2 newest one that came in a couple weeks ago.
I seen that you had the 13.
Yes,
and I was like,
yes. So
I was like, I got the 12. And I was
the
like,
13 is coming in a little bit later.
Okay.
So yeah, that one's just kind of like a demo wheel.
This is the new one, the 13. Because this one haven't dropped yet, huh?
Not yet. So you have first exclusive footage of the 13. So we only dropped a teaser like about, I think, a week ago.
I seen it.
Yeah.
And this is the dual black one, right?
That's the dual black,
with a tinted face.
Yeah, so that is also a true directional wheel. So there's going to be a left side that's spinning one way and a right side that's spinning the other way. So, it's not going to look like it's opposing, but it's actually going to go the same direction.
I mean, there's not that many wheels that are designed like that.
That's the thing. Yeah, a lot of companies stopped doing that. I think Boston first started it, then a couple other companies, but then, with all those parts, the skew starts adding up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And these are going to come in which color, the 13s?
Same thing as the 12, which is brushed dual gunmetal,
Yeah.
brushed dual bronze, and the dual black right there.
Mm-hmm.
So 3 colors.
Yeah. So this is the 12, the one that he has on his car right now, right?
Yeah, 12 is the one I have, not in the bronze, but in the dual black and dual gunmetal.
That's crazy that you have the black on one side and then
Just for promotion.
All
But
right.
yeah, those are usually just wheels that I put on for maybe like about a month to get content to build it up. And then I kind of go back on my everyday wheel.
Which one are the ones you have?
The 07.
The 7?
So these are
I love those because they have a big concave on these.
Yeah, it's really
So I was
big.
looking at the website, sort of like you have like two patterns, or is a concave one and then the other one like I don't know,
like the face, right?
Yeah.
So we have 3 faces total. Well, it depends on the wheel, but most of them have 3 face profiles. We call it face 1, face 2, and face 3.
Okay.
Face 1 essentially are your like 20 by 9s, 19 by 8.5, so it's pretty much flat. Face 2 is the deep, so that's the one that we're going to be putting on your Accord. So these 2 are face 2.
Okay.
And then these right here are like face 3, so like pretty much all of them are face 3, minus these 2. And
the phase 3 would be like more concave, right?
A lot more concave, yeah. I think it's about 48 millimeters of concavity to the lip, but it's only limited to 20 by 11s.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. So the highest offset we can get those to, I mean, if we cap out the back pad, it's about a 32 offset. So a little too aggressive for our Accords, but these are more for like the Dodge Chargers, Challengers, BMW M cars, certain Mercedes.
I see.
Just anything that has a wider body and a lower offset, 370Z, 350Z kind of guys.
Yeah, those are 11s.
Yeah,
for sure.
so those they can definitely run, where everyone else is mostly the face 2, 20 by 10.5 or 20 by 11 face 2s.
We got a nice catalog here.
Oh, thank you.
All right, we're good. Perfect.
I'm gonna try them before I put them on.
Yeah, please do.
Because I don't want to put the tires on and see like, oh, something's wrong.
Yeah, should be hopefully the same specs.
Well, yeah, I'm hoping too.
Because I'm not sure when the original owner of that one purchased it. It must have been a while. Maybe 17 at the latest. Well, it's definitely probably a while. Was it brand new or was it like office car?